Hi. So, somebody sent me a TikTok recently and I wanted to talk about it. Maybe you've seen it, you probably haven't, but I'm going to show it to you right now.
This sounds weird, but you look like the girl version of Audrey Munson in the best way possible. Because I am the girl version of Audrey Munson. So that is us, that's my brother.
So yeah, it goes on from there. She talks about being my sister, she's sweet, kind of funny. That being said, I do not know who this person is. I've never seen her before. She's certainly not my sister. I do have a sister. She lives in Kansas. She has brown hair. I actually found an article from last summer where that same woman was claiming to be Mr. Beast's aunt, which if I was her brother, that would make me Mr. Beast's uncle, and I'm sorry, but you're not gonna catch me having a Mr. Beast nephew. I don't know where that picture came from. Maybe it's AI. I don't know if she has an actual brother that kind of looks like me, or these pictures of us together as a kid came from. I never had short hair. I actually had very long hair as a child. I looked a lot more like this. All that being said, I have no ill will towards this person. I feel like she might need help and I hope she gets it. I'm just kidding, by the way, that is my sister. Did you believe me? I want my life to be more interesting than it is. I wanted a conspiracy for once. I wanted to see what it felt like to have one good, meaty story with plot twists. But alas, I'm the only honest YouTuber. The rest of them are lying, and yeah, that includes Link and Rhett. Just to reiterate, because I did just lie and prank, that is my sister. So don't go find her and say that she's a scammer. She's not a scammer, at least in this regard. But this video isn't about my sister. This video is actually going to be about something that my sister revealed in that TikTok. You might not have noticed it, but she said something in that video that I haven't said before on the internet. It's not a huge deal, but it also kind of is to me in a way, and it's something that I've kept to myself for a long time. But before we get into that, I'm just gonna talk about some other stuff. I'm very close with my sister. If you can't tell, we are two very different people. I have kind of like dark features, dark eyes, dark bushy eyebrows, and she kind of looks like Tiffany Trump. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. She kind of looks like Donald Trump's youngest daughter, and that's valid. You know, overall, she's more of like a girly girl, and I'm more of like a tough guy, right? Right? Let's just say that in high school, she was cheer captain and I was on the bleachers. And by the bleachers, I mean drugs. Just kidding, I didn't do that until a few years later when I moved to LA and I couldn't handle it, my boy. I don't know if you have a sibling like this, but really one of the only things that we have in common, which is a very big thing, is we have almost the same exact childhood, except she did it while being a girl. And that's nice, you know, that's what I like about having a sibling, is that you can just look at them and be like, whew, and they're like, I know. They're like, I'm looking at some of my memories differently recently as well. Because they're the only ones who get it. Like, you can tell somebody else. You have your 3 big moments memorized that make a trusted friend or a therapist's eyes pop up a little bit. And it's kind of manipulative to make them feel bad for you, but you rationalize it in your head by saying that you just want to be heard. But you get a funny little thrill about being heard in this specific way, now don't you? You've almost rehearsed those stories down to the word. You know where the climax is, the rising action, and when you begin telling it, you feel kind of guilty. You start to imagine a 5-hour compilation in your head of the 90 other people you've told this exact same thing to in different locations. And you're almost pretending that you're still emotionally connecting to it when in reality you've completely destroyed your ability to do that 7 years ago because of your own insistence on exploiting your own worst moments of your own life. But with a sibling, you don't have to do that. There's no reason to. I don't know what only children do in that regard, by the way. Do you just look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror remember when we went camping and it was strange? And then you're like, yes, I do. What a crazy couple of days in the woods. It was so cold I couldn't believe it. I wasn't expecting that level of cold. Me neither. Anyway, here's what happened. So a couple months ago, my sister started texting me that she wants to be an influencer, and I couldn't tell if she was joking or not. I know I sound like I'm talking about my daughter right now, and I tried to give her tips, but I also realized I don't know how people become popular on the internet now. I kind of did it slowly a long time ago. And I said you should do TikTok, because it seems like that's where people blow up. I don't know how you would ever get views on a YouTube video anymore. Unless maybe you call it how to fix HP laptop 2024 update, recycling bin won't empty, how fix. Anything else posted to this website, I could be wrong, but I think just hardens and then is forgotten about and eventually thrown away like a Little Caesars that you expected your mama to take care of. So anyway, she texts me, should I post this on TikTok? I said it was a video of her like trying a Twinkies flavored coffee drink.
We're gonna test out Twinkies iced latte. Okay, this is gonna be f***ing gross. Come try it with me. Oh my god, it's so sugary.
It wasn't, listen, Lily, I love you. It didn't blow me away. You can see she did wear the TikTok nails, which I think really helped. 6 out of 10 overall. It wasn't a failure. I'm not saying that, of course. I said next time have a joke ready and do a dance though. As you can see, I just immediately go into stage mom. I'm dance mom. Right away, I'm Abby Lee Miller. I'm like, you better practice your moves, sweetheart, or we're not going to Denny's like you wanted, now are we? So you better learn to floss, and I ain't talking about that little string the dentist gives to you. Ooh, I'm kind of rude. I'm looking at our other texts now from a month ago. I said, are you gonna watch the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith? It's like the new Donald Glover show on Amazon Prime. And she said, you should watch it and then tell me how it is. I said, why can't you just try stuff? Why do I speak to people like that? Especially the only person in the world that knows what happened on our camping trips. As if I don't very well know that women suffer from new content anxiety, and it's kind of serious actually. They rewatch things from 2004 as a means of control. I understand that, madam. So anyway, by the way, it is a different day now, if you can't tell. I got tired when I was filming that last part. I had to go to sleep. Want to see the shirt I'm wearing? Also, want to hear a song that I just came up with 10 minutes ago? I'm an internet boy. I'm an internet boy. I'm an internet boy. I'm an internet boy. Oh my god, Internet Boy just went #1 on iTunes. Mom, Internet Boy just went viral. Yeah, the one I was just singing to you. No, because I turned on the camera and I sang it to them and they took care of the rest. Thank you guys. I love you too, Mama. I'm an Internet Boy. Thank you guys so much for getting Internet Boy to #1 on all platforms. For now, let's continue the story. So like a week later, my sister called me and she was like, Drew, somebody commented on my TikTok that I look like the girl version of you. And I said, that's because I am, because I'm your sister. And now it has like 50,000 views. Are you proud of me? And I was like, oh, cool, ha ha ha. And I'll be honest here. There was a point in my life when I first started getting like a little bit popular online when I was like 18, 19, 20, where I don't know if you've ever become a little bit popular online before, but it makes you kind of paranoid for like 2 to 3 years. Even if it's not that much, your relationship to everybody else kind of changes, even when it's sort of in your head and you don't know when it's in your head and when it's actually happening. And inevitably, there's a few embarrassing moments where you look at someone and you're like, you're using me, aren't you? And they're like, none of my friends know who you are and I barely text you back. All of that to say, if my sister had made this exact video like 9 years ago, I might have been like, how dare you? I'm a human, I'm beautiful, you're nothing to me. Consider yourself done. When now I'm kind of just like, oh my god. That's kind of funny. Ha ha ha. She said that people were getting mad at her. The only reason I worry about bringing people into my YouTube world is that everyone is mean on the internet. Like if you exist and you don't look like Dua Lipa, they call you a big fat pig. They literally will look at you and say, you're not Dua, you're livestock. And she did send me some of the comments. Someone said, LMAO, question mark? Which by the way, if anyone starts a comment with LMAO, you know who they are and you know you don't like them. Don't start your comment. I'm sorry, I'm getting defensive, but don't start your comment to my sister with LMAO. You know what? Laugh or don't. LMAO, I don't know. I can't answer that for you. Why do both videos and stuff feel like she's jumping on his success in a weird way? My reaction to that is like, I'm sorry, do you mean to imply that my sister doesn't deserve clout? No, because I actually take great issue with that. She's Lily Monson. She can have all my clout. She can steal it all away from me. Honestly, I'd feel free. She's a Monson. We post on a platform, we get likes. It's just what we do. Look down there, you see that little number next to the thumb? Yeah, it's not that little now, is it? All of that's because I wrote Internet Boy. And I'm serious. There was also a conspiracy going on. Someone said, yeah, I feel like the comment was planned so she could get clout. And I'll be honest about that one. From an outsider's perspective, stripping away all my biases, does it kind of look like she planted that comment so she could make a TikTok about me? Absolutely. Did she? No, because I know her and I know that if she had done that, she would think it was funny and she would tell me about it. But I'm thinking someone probably commented that because her name is Lily Monson. That being said, I do think that we sort of have the same eyes. Don't we have? Look at us. They call them the eyes of a TikToker. Plus, watch this. When I do the face app, and I turn it into a girl face? Wait, maybe that doesn't look like her. That's like what my sister would look like if she was about to eat a bunch of people. I'm really fascinated by how badly people want a conspiracy. Like, listen to this. And why did she originally just reply with a comment and then 5 days later make a video response? I don't know, because she got a hankering to make content? It literally happens to me all the time. Like, this is literally a 31-year-old blonde woman making a TikTok video. If there's something dark and sinister about that, I don't want to be alive anymore. Is she using my fame to get a little fame herself? Yeah. And did Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Zayn Malik, Louis Tomlinson, and the other one use Simon Cowell's fame to get a little fame themselves? Absolutely, and you kiss their feet every night of your life. There's a few of these that... Okay, watch this. Okay, this is her holding her cat and responding to a comment that says, "He's white," all caps.
We do look super different. Has a little bit tanner skin, dark features, dark hair.
Okay, she's literally just doing the video I just made. Like, I already said that.
I think we're like 4% Native American.
Okay, by the way, that's something I stopped bringing up. The way she says this.
But yeah, he is white. So I think
It's like, no one's ever been that excited. I would have preferred like more of a frown, even like a neutral than like a, like she was rejoicing.
He is white.
Literally sounded like someone doing a gender reveal for their baby.
He is white.
He's a white baby boy. He's very healthy. Why is she doing this? Like, is she my publicist? What if I was like, take that down immediately? I am white, but that's personal. Somebody said he's one of the whitest people I've ever seen. And my sister hearted the comment. What does that mean? She's like, no, literally. She's like so much whiter than me. Sorry, I don't mean to have a white off that I want to lose. Just look at these comments. Like, I wish it was never brought up in the first place. He's the whitest person I've ever seen. Are you blind? What did you think he was? It's like, okay, I know I'm white, but like, you don't have to rub it in. Like, now I'm whiter than I was in the first place. Like, that's the problem with people thinking for a moment that you weren't white, because it's almost like you aren't. In their eyes, you get to retain all of your privilege, but without the stink. But then it's ripped away from you just as quickly as it was given. And someone's like, hey, that man over there, he's not white. And then like, it wasn't my fault, but I kind of feel like I was lying. I'm like, no, sorry, should I get like an opposite tan? Like, someone said real ones already knew this. With a heart. Real ones already knew he was white. No. If you stan, you know. Someone said, so I just told myself he was half Latino. Now that's a Colleen Hoover book I would check out from the library. Maybe I should just wear a shirt that says like, I'm white, everybody. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. And all of this brings me to the main point of this video. I have no idea how long it's been already. I haven't edited it yet. I hope it's not over a half an hour. If it is, I'm officially addicted to talking, y'all. Addicted to talking. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's really good. In this video, let me play it one more time for you.
You look like the girl version of Drew Munson in the best way possible.
Okay, if you're new to my channel and you didn't even know who I was before this won't mean as much to you, but let me explain. My name is Drew Monson. I say that at the beginning of a lot of my YouTube videos. I'm Drew Monson. In that video, if you noticed, my sister said that she is Drew Munson's sister. And therefore, it is now time for me to tell you that my name is not Drew Monson. My name is Drew Munson. I know that might seem like a tiny little detail and not that big of a deal, but I do have like slight goosebumps right now. My name is spelled M-O-N-S-O-N, but it is pronounced Monson. Apparently it used to be spelled M-U-N-S-O-N, and my great-grandpa changed it for an unknown reason. I was a very, very shy kid. I had my Coco moments, but I was overall very shy. And when you look at my name, Drew Munson, on a piece of paper, let's say you work at the DMV or you're a substitute teacher, it looks a lot like Drew Monson. And I don't like correcting people. I was so shy at certain times of my childhood that even when somebody asked me my name, I would say it so quietly, I'd get the famous like, can't hear you. Because for some reason, certain adults get angry at children who aren't loud enough. I feel like it should be the opposite. Like, sure, my volume level's at a natural 3. You really want me to be like Parker over there? Taking it to an 11 during silent reading? That's what you're wishing and hoping for? So I never had it in me to be like, it's Monson actually. And honestly, I never really cared that much. I know a lot of people have like a, that's my name, you better say it right, that's my pride and joy, that's who I am, that's where I came from. It almost means nothing to me. So eventually, I just started saying Monson to people myself because I didn't want the hassle, and it grew on me. I like it, it sounds kind of like French, like Mons, it reminds me of like Monsieur. To me, like that's cool to say. Like I think saying Drew Monson is fun, it almost sounds like you have an accent for a second. Drew Monson. It's just tastier. It's almost like there's a malted chocolate ball in your mouth. Like Drew Monson. Ooh, sorry. Cocoa, 85% cocoa, not bad. And at a certain point I was like, okay, I'm gonna be famous. Like I better have a famous name. Like Drew Monson sounded more famous to me than Drew Munson. Drew Munson, it's like, what am I, a farmer? It sounds like, hi, I'm Drew Munson. I'm here to buy a tractor. And when I first started making YouTube videos, this was like 2007 when everyone just had a username. It was like almost uncommon to say your name at all, like let alone your last name. Cause like our actual identities hadn't fully converged with our online identities yet and or been replaced by them. So for a while I was just mytoecold and I would say my name's Drew, but then in like 2013, 2014 I was like, I'm gonna be an actor. And actors have to have names. You can't just be mytoecold starring in Dune 2, even though that would be incredible and I know you'd all be there opening night having pop and pop. Popcorn and pop soda. Because I was scared to say my name online for a long time. I mean, I think I waited until I wasn't like legally a minor anymore, which is probably a really good idea. And part of that was a conscious effort, you know, to like separate my entertainment self from who I am, from myself that was born in 1995. Putting yourself out there in any way, in any situation, even like standing up in front of 5 people at school or work, is a mentally confusing experience, and I thought that maybe it would help. Has the switch from Monson to Monson upset my dad a little bit? Yes, absolutely it has. Do all of the best things in life upset your dad? Yeah, they do. My dad specifically, actually. But I've liked having that, you know, because when I'm around somebody and they call me Drew Munson, I know that like I'm home. When somebody calls me Drew Monson, I know that they know me from the internet. It's something that I've been able to hold in myself and decide when I want to say it. Like a very important moment for me when meeting somebody new is to say like, hey, I actually say my name is Drew Monson to some people and like the world, but it's actually Drew Munson. And then I get to see them be like, oh, really? That's weird. I actually really recommend having a tiny, mostly inconsequential secret that you can decide when to give to people. It feels very powerful, but not like in an evil way. For me, it's only one sound, un-on, un-on. I've been doing this almost 16 years and I feel like I've given a lot of myself purposefully. It's been fun, but to the world, for people to like, hate, criticize, praise. So it's been valuable for me to keep something. If you know me or you've watched me before, you may know that I'm very, very sensitive. I have a hard time with people being mean to me, or when I feel like people are being mean to me. Sometimes they weren't. Sorry if I thought you were and you weren't. Sorry that I got mad. But the way that I've done this, I think there's always been a part of me when somebody says something like horrible to me online, I can be like, oh, you just criticized Drew Monson. I'm Drew Munson. That had nothing to do with Drew Munson, actually. You don't even know that he exists. When I've taken a break, when I've left YouTube for like a year at a time, I'm back to Drew Munson, baby. I left Drew Monson on here. He's hibernating. He's drooling. He's drooling. Shut up. It's not funny. I've spent way more of my life than I am happy with obsessing over what people think about me. But in my worst moments of that, I've had this kind of saving grace to be able to say just to myself even like, you don't know me. You don't even know my real name. And of course, the other side of that is that if somebody says like, I love you, I think you're great, part of me is still going, well, you don't know me. You don't even know my real name. And I don't know, maybe this sounds silly to you, but if you do post things online, I'm sure there's something that you keep for yourself. I'm sure you don't just post everything. For your own sake, I hope that you don't. If you do post a lot of things, or if you do post everything or a lot of things online, I will give you some advice if you want to hear it. Keep something for yourself, seriously. Because the thing about posting online is you can't ever fully get it back. I think even if you deleted it, even if it's like on a private account that nobody knows about, you kind of just use as a diary, I think it still went somewhere. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I do believe that. Like, it's not the same as just writing it down on a piece of paper and crumpling it up. I have this feeling that we are giving it over to something. We all have different versions of ourselves, right? Like, I'm sure that you have your own version of Drew Munson and Drew Monson. And you can be very close to somebody and spend hours and days and years with them, kind of like I've spent with you, whoever is watching this video, if you've watched them for that long. You can be looking right at somebody, but still be inside your head, in your brain, behind your eyes, going, they don't really know me though. There can still be like something you're not saying, or a lot you're not saying. I don't know if I should tell them. I don't know if I can tell them. I don't know if I want to. And maybe that's because if they leave you, or they reject you, or they don't like you anymore, kind of like my situation, you can go, well, you didn't really know me anyway. But again, the other side of that is when they look you in the eyes and tell you that they they love you, part of you goes, well, you don't even know me anyway. Maybe you're not the type of person that has 3 bad moments like I was talking about earlier that you recite to everybody. Maybe you keep almost all of them to yourself. Maybe you only tell them to some people when you feel truly comfortable with them, like me with my name. Maybe you've only ever told 1 or 2 people ever and it scares you that you did. And honestly, I don't even know if this experiment worked. Like, I say that deep down I know that I'm Drew Munson, but I can't remember the last time I introduced myself to somebody as that. I say that it makes me feel like I'm at home when somebody calls me Drew Monson, but when I really think about it, it feels somewhat unfamiliar to me at this point. I do like to believe that somewhere in there, I'm Drew Munson. My sister said it in a video, and honestly, it's okay that she did because it's her name too. We have the same name, and that's why I love her. This whole thing is an idea I think about a lot, and I'm sort of torn on it because part of me feels like you should keep something for yourself, but part of me feels like you're hiding it from other people and you should give yourself the opportunity to be known in every way possible. And that's a beautiful thing about life, because holding in a secret is uncomfortable. Like, they say that it eats you up, and that's what it feels like, and isn't that a sign that it should come out? But I also think that it's okay, like in this instance, for it to take 15 years. It's funny, when we do hold things in, I hear people say like nobody knows this, when really that's not true. You do. And if there is something that you're not telling anybody and you're waiting for the moment you feel perfectly comfortable to let them know, for them to respond in the most perfect way possible, which might not happen, but could, I think it is worthwhile to write it down or to say it out loud and to try and hear yourself and see if that means anything. Or to try and tell yourself that it's okay if that's what you need, depending on what it is. I don't know. Either way, thank you for watching this video. I do appreciate it. My name's Drew Munson. What's your name? Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. I am very lonely. That was kind of good. Hi. Okay, I forgot there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. I have an interesting fact that you might enjoy, so sit on the floor with me now, will you? I have a beard now. It's been a few days since the last part of this video was filmed, so I've got a boy going. Got my boy. I got a little boy. I have a boy. I have a boy now. Oh, and I cut my thumb. My thumb got injured, and I have a boy. I'm also wearing a big red necklace now, so a few things have changed. Thumb, boy, neck. So let me know if you think this is interesting, because I think it is. So my grandfather, Charles Monson, which I've said this before, I just think it's funny that his name sounds so much like Charles Manson. Like, how many people can say that? My grandpa is 1 letter away from having been Charles Manson. Like, I've been made fun of for a lot of things, but no one ever says what I'd like for them to say, which is more like Drew Manson. You know, like, this guy's a psycho. It's right there. But my grandpa, Charles, or Chuck Monson, he said it like Monson, had a blog. And I would read it, and a few years back, he had this post about how his cousin was a woman named Audrey Munson. Now this is Audrey Munson. I bought a book about her because she's famous. That's her. She was a model. The Scandalous and Tragic Life of Audrey Munson, America's First Supermodel. And here's what's cool, she wasn't just a model for pictures, she was a model for like sculptures. Like, there's all these statues around New York City based on Audrey Munson. She even modeled for a coin. She was on a dime in 1916. I don't have that memorized, I just looked at it on my phone, on my iPhone. She was in like silent films, but apparently they're like lost, like you can't actually watch them, but she was like one of the first people without clothes on in a silent movie. That's her with her cat. Pretty cool, right? I feel like not a lot of people back then had pictures with a cat. Now it's commonplace. Everyone has pictures with a cat. Not to be weird, but like, I don't not look like her, right? I'm not saying that I'm gorgeous, pretty, and beautiful, but you know, that's not the least Drew-looking person I've ever seen. Or I'm not the least Audrey-looking person you've ever seen. There's a part of me that almost doesn't want to claim her as my grandpa's cousin. I don't know what that would make her to me, like my great cousin. Not that I think my grandpa was lying, but I'm just a little bit confused. Like, she was born in like 1890 something, my grandpa was born in 1920 something. I guess that makes sense, because I have cousins who are like 30 years older than me. Either way, pretty interesting person. Pretty interesting life. And I think about her like all the time now. It's weird. I wish I could have met her. She died like 6 or 7 months after I was born. So I guess the only real thing I could have said to her would be goo goo gaga. She was 104 years old when she died. I just realized that I'm almost doing what my sister did with me and extracting some clout from this woman who's been dead for a long time and being like, aren't I cool because I'm related to this? But am I? So what I'm saying is, I understand my sister. It's a natural instinct. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, no offense to my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my long-lost aunts and uncles, but if there's anything that makes me want to change my name pronunciation back to Monson, it's this lady with a cat. And I guess when you think about it, a lot of us have done a lot of things that we never thought we would do because of ladies with cats. I'm sure there's something you've done in your life that didn't even feel natural for you, but you just had to, all because of a lady who had a cat. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to tell you about Audrey Munson. Also, I just did that thing at the store where you have to make copies of your keys, so you like put it into a robot and it makes it like, you watch it with like a chainsaw or whatever. I love doing that. I love doing tasks like that you know are gonna work out. They're not complicated. You press yes, you press next, you put in your card, the thing does the thing, and you're like, that's done, I did it, I had to do that, and now I did it. One of the only things in life that can really make me feel warm, besides true love, is when a task is completed and there was no hiccups. Smooth sailing errands. You ever meet somebody who doesn't have any cousins? It's kind of off-putting. It gives me the same feeling as when someone's like, oh, I don't like chocolate, you know? I don't watch TV, you know? I don't have cousins. It's like I get it, you know? But at the same time, what are you talking about? Hi, Lily.
Hi. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's my day off.
Nice. From TikToking?
I honestly didn't even really I made like a couple.
You made at least 14.
No, I didn't. I deleted 2.
So, my first question is, why did you do it?
Oh, okay. Why did I do it? I feel like you're trying to get me to say something and I don't know what you want me to say.
Why did you say Drew Munson when you know that I say Drew Monson?
I wasn't thinking. I say things and I never think about them before I say them. That's
honestly a really good excuse, and it's one I use all the time.
It's the truth, though. I literally don't think before I speak. I just talk, and then when I'm laying in bed later, I just get anxiety.
To be clear, I'm joking around. It's literally your name as much as it is my name.
And honestly, it was an accident. I'm sorry, but if I were to say,
you don't have to be sorry.
If I were to say I'm Lily Monson, that feels weird to me.
Because it's not your name.
Someone commented my video. I just care about Drew content. I don't really follow just for you. I follow just because you're his sister.
Okay. How did that feel?
It felt rude.
But Lily, if you make videos about me, like, you can't use the clout.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yes, I can. I mean, isn't that what everyone wants? I mean, why would you
True.
not want to have your cake and not eat it too? I mean,
I feel you there.
It's called pretty privilege.
You think you have pretty privilege?
Yes.
Do you think I do?
I think you have internet fame privilege. Yeah, I think people like you because you're famous online.
But you don't think I have pretty privilege?
I think you have pretty privilege, but it's
Lily,
weird because you're my brother.
Don't lie to me. Like, you clearly don't think I have pretty privilege.
I think I have prettier privilege than you. But I think it's a girl thing. I mean, I guess not.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean,
You have tall privilege. Imagine if you were short.
But Lily, what was up with the one where you said, then people start questioning you and you make a TikTok response saying,
I think he just likes to be unique.
I think he just wants to be interesting.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of. Isn't that true?
It absolutely is true for almost everything that I do.
But there was a part of me that was like, damn, you can't call me at this point? Like,
You really went on a crusade.
You're like, he's white, his name's Munson, like.
You say Monson because that's technically the way it should be. People, when I was in school, they'd be like Lily Monson said, because if someone reads it like that, that's the way they're going to say it. And I think that you want to go by how you believe it should be.
Interesting. So that's just like the type of person I am. I'm like, this is how things should be.
Say, my name is Drew Munson.
My name is Drew Munson.
That sounds...
That made me feel nauseous.
Oh, God. Well, you've said your name Monson so many times.
My name is Drew Monson.
It's just Munson and Monson are the same thing.
They're literally not.
I respond to both. A lot of people think my name is Lily Monson. Like people that have just seen it written down. Outside influenced you to change. So you care about what people thought. And so you wanted to just go off that.
So you think that it's because I care too much about what people think? I didn't think of that angle because they told me who I was and I was like, I guess that's it.
Hey, you said Munson when we were little. You never said Monson.
I changed, Lily. We all have.
Right. So when did this change? When did you start saying Monson?
Well, you got to watch the video. I made a whole historical document.
Okay, period. I'm excited to see it. Are you going to tell to follow me? Because I need PR. I need...
Lily, this is it. This is your PR. Like, it's happening right now.
Well, my name's Lily Munson. I'm 31. I have 2 cats. I live a pretty boring life, but I'm very opinionated. So I think it's my time to shine. I've given you so many years.
You've given me so many years?
Like, once you freed me from being pummeled in the face every morning?
Yeah, that's true. That was so long ago. I wish I could go. I wish we had, like, videos of that stuff.
I don't.
Really? Remember we used to, like, run around the house and we would play tag, kind of?
That's right.
We would chase each other, like, every night.
Yeah, like, I would go the opposite way and we'd run into each other.
That was fun.
We were both skinny.
But Lily, you were my best friend. Like, I'm so glad that I had a sibling because, like...
I was so shy that if you hadn't have been there, I wouldn't have had... I mean, I had some friends, but, like, I think that you are the reason that I opened up at all.
Like, I'm very grateful for you. Even though you were, like,
you.
really, really hard on me and really mean a lot of the time.
I'm sorry. Did that actually... I thought it was, like, all good fun.
That's what older siblings do, just psychologically. But you also were there for me and, like, you were nice, too. Sometimes.
Okay.
You remember when we used to get in fights on AIM?
What would we argue about?
I just remember getting in, like... Do you remember anything we've ever fought about? Because I don't.
God.
What?
It's
Tell me
so
what you
hard
remember.
because I know we fought a lot, but I'm like, what would it be over? I think
know.
maybe like, I think that you would just get upset because I would be mean or I would say stuff that hurt your feelings.
I'm on my side on that one, actually.
The other thing we were just talking about is I don't think a lot of people know this. My first videos on YouTube weren't on this channel. They were on your YouTube channel. I don't remember if that's because mom wouldn't let me get one or because you were older than me or you still are. Yeah, you had a channel called Roxy Girly 481 and I would post videos I made of like little Lego guys and claymation.
This is like before smartphones. Like this is literally before the cell phones. This is like ancient artifact video.
Lily, I was reading one of the descriptions I put. Wait, listen to this. It got like 2,000 views and I put...
Update. Het, looks like I got some views. And just letting you guys know, I'm a boy. This is my sis's account. If you want to watch my films, I post as mytoecold.
Wow. That was what, like 17 years ago the comment was?
2006.
I found the first email I ever sent was to you. And it says, "Hi Lily." You said, "Hi Drewy Poopy." This is 2005. I said, "Hi Poophead. Love Drew."
That's so cute. That's adorable.
We should print that out.
Yeah, I want to be a TikTok influencer. I want to make just for the money. That's it.
Or, don't say it's just for the money.
It is just for the money.
You don't have like any creative drive.
I have like hot takes that I can post, but I hate when anyone comments anything that doesn't agree with my hot take. Like,
Now
I'm just like,
that's something I feel you on.
like, get out of here. Like, I don't want to hear anything where it's like, well, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. You only comment if you agree.
I'm
like,
the
yeah.
same way, Lily. So
I don't want to hear any debates at all. Yeah, exactly. If you feel differently, cool, but don't tell me. I don't care. Don't make anyone in my comments think differently of what I'm trying to say.
I love that you're just saying that.
We got our younger years without any of the social media, so we actually really thrived and we went outside and we talked to people. So we have that going for us. We didn't just grow up doing hair tutorials. So I feel like
A lot of Gen Z watch my videos.
And don't you want them to be your fan? So maybe you should talk them up, sister, literally.
Bad for Gen Z. I
You feel
feel
bad
I,
for Gen Z? They feel bad for themselves. Do you have a message for your haters?
I can take constructive criticism. I don't like criticism that's just thrown out there because you're jealous of me. You want to give me some constructive criticism? Actually, no, I don't want any criticism. If you don't like me, don't even comment. Just block me. But why would you not like me? Actually, I don't even want to know.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
You're having an existential crisis.
Ooh, I like that painting in the background. That's sick.
Yeah, it's actually like original paint. Like it's just on there. I got it at a thrift store.
Look at this. Do you see? It's like a cow.
Nice. Why?
No, I got it from someone on Facebook Marketplace. I have no idea why.
You went to somebody's home to pick that up?
Yes.
Like from TJ Maxx.
Yeah, 100%. And then there's this one right here, and my boyfriend stole that from a restaurant.
I don't think you should be revealing that. All right. Well, thanks for being in the video.
Follow me. Love you.
Wait, sing this. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. Yeah, yeah.
Comment, I'm very lonely. Leave me a comment.
Speaking of holding things in, while I was filming that video, while we were talking, my turtle laid 3 eggs. And I know what you're thinking, and the answer is no. There is not small turtles in those eggs. They are infertile. Thank you for opening up to us. Thank you for sharing your secrets. They are so valid. These secrets have to come out. Like, they must. Like, she will die if not. They're literally eating her up. Like, for real. They're taking calcium from her body to harden the shells. Ooh. I actually have no idea if she hates me. That really bothers me. Like, there's no way to know. Seems like she does. Like, the way she moves and looks at me. It feels like hate. Okay, there's one last thing that I forgot to do.
Hello.
Hey, I'm filming right now for a video. Is that okay?
Filming what?
Well, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when we went camping?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
It was super fun.
I know. Wasn't it crazy?
It was crazy.
Okay, that's all. I normally only do this on my second channel, but I'm going to do it on this channel today. And sing the names of all the people who spend $30 a month on my Patreon. Which, by the way, if you go there now, I have a bonus video. I'm just going to let you know this right now so it's not too startling. The first name that I'm going to sing is Moldy Wart. Moldy Wart, Adore, and Tara G, or Tara and Leslie Ann, and Mary Ann Wilkerson, and Fabio, Andrea or Andrea SN. If I pronounced your name wrong, just know I'm doing the best that I can. Emily V, Natalie R, Sophia Grace, Karen J, and Gabby, TG Girl, Maddie and Danielle. My neighbor's walking by me right now. I'm just gonna let it happen. Don't need to sing while he's doing that. And Kate, Medlin, and Alice G, Nardine, Emily Rose, ROBG. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. I think there's been some people that I've said it wrong like multiple times and they just got sick of it. If I did that, all I can say is I'm sorry, and that is mean. That's just mean. Arobgio. Little special something for you. Maddie T, Eden, Jessie, Messy, Forever, that's fun. Lynn's Lat, Josephina, Mila, Maria, Cannibal Kira, and Paige. Little Ryan Gosling, Kayla, Jordan B, Stephanie, Kinsey, Isabel Morales, Eden B, Sarah Jane Pierce, Damla, Kenya, Riley, and Curie Lux, and Kathy Gans, and Ellen S, and Tyler Lee Jones. But I forgot one. Which one was it? Did I say Michelle Rose? Michelle Rose! Did I say that? I just did. LSG! Did I say that? I just did. What do you think of this thing I bought at the thrift store? It says, "There's nothing, life has no blessing like that of a loving friend." Hummingbirds are the prettiest animal, right? Like, I get it, like dogs are like better like as a companion. Hummingbird would probably be a bad companion. They drink all my sugar water. What if you were hanging out with somebody and you realized that they drank sugar water? Like they took out one of those hummingbird feeders and they're like, 1 second. That would be crazy. Can we admit something that would be crazy? Because I feel like we disagree a lot. Like this whole video, you just been looking at me. No, nope, nope. Your name is not Drew Munson. I disagree. That'd be funny if someone tells you their name and you go, I disagree actually. Okay, bye. Let me know if you liked this video. I worked pretty hard on it actually. Maybe you can't tell, but it took me like a little while to come up with all the stuff I said. Watch this. There's nothing in life more blessing than a friend.